Yo, what's happening? Welcome back to a brand new episode of You Can't Sit With Us Radio, featuring myself, as always, El Ambitious, aka the kid that never sold dope, aka born in the 1900s, aka the Black Boondock, aka chilling like a booger, and the one and only, don't call him a DJ, call him Q, the mother-loving DJ. What's going on, my guy?
What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Doing pretty good out here.
Good, man. Good.
Doing well.
I must say, I gotta congratulate us. You look much better under the lighting, my boy. Like the new ambiance of it is phenomenal. It's great.
Yeah, man, I like this.
Yeah. It's gonna bring me a lot more ease when I'm editing the pod videos,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah, man, it look nice and bright in here.
Yes. Bright but dark at the same time.
Right.
But how you been feeling, man? How's life been treating you?
Man, it's been good, man. So we ain't talked about we went to Atlanta for the podcast festival.
Yeah, man.
That was a few weeks ago.
Wow. Do we wanna do a brief recap on
we can.
the podcast fest?
We can.
So for those who don't know, when did we go to the Podfest?
April 21st, 2nd.
Yeah, somewhere around there, whatever that weekend was. We went down to Atlanta. Charlemagne was doing a podcast fest. Well, him and Jess Hilarious. Yeah. So they hosted podcasts. They had like this cool warehouse type place. Outside they had maybe 5 vendor trucks, maybe?
Yeah, 5, 6.
5 vendor trucks. A couple of probably about 8 or 9 pods maybe throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
Along with the schedule, and it was just kind of an event for people to come and do pods to network and something cool for the city, because I think this is the first one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it
this
was
is the first one. They had 85 South there as like the top pod, if you want to call it, along with Horrible Decisions and someone else. But it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it definitely went well to be the first one. Because I've seen a lot of events where it's the first one and that shit was horrible. But I think theirs was pretty well planned. I think that they had some pretty good people in there. What did you think? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a good time. It was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I wish I ain't have to stay for you don't have to stay, because it's like a 7-hour show basically.
Yeah.
We got there later because we didn't want to be there for the whole show.
Yeah. Well, it's and I should iterate that it is called a pod fest, so I guess it should have been the whole day. I guess I didn't think about that, but yeah, it was a pod fest, so it's supposed to be a festival.
It's not like they had re-entry or anything. So
yeah, which, man, look, we got to talk about this. I understand that people shouldn't re-enter any events, but yo, they got to start letting us re-enter. If I got to go through security again, okay, fine. But if I want to leave and come back to go do whatever I need to do, especially if it's not like a show, like it's a fest or something that is going on for a long time, I should be able to come back in, yo. Yeah. That's a pet peeve of mine for concerts, man. Really is.
I mean, it was good though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's see what they come up with next year though.
Yeah. Oh, whoo! Shout out to the bando. Shout out to the bando. Y'all don't know what the bando is. Is that in the Trap Museum? I'm pretty sure.
No, it was. I don't know what part of Atlanta that was.
Well, no, I mean, so you know how there was the museum on the other side.
Oh, okay.
And yeah. I'm almost certain that's their Trap Museum. But if you ever go to Atlanta, you want some chicken, like the best chicken you've had in a pretty good portion of your life, go to the bando and get you some crack wings. Get crack wings. I know it sounds crazy. It does. It sounds wild. Get you some crack wings or crack fries. Crack fries are excellent as well. I'm not going to tell y'all too much on it. I'm just going to tell you to go look. And the next time you're in Atlanta, go to the bando.
That sounds so crazy.
And that's that on that. And it's in the hood, which is cool. I came outside. I'm like, man, it's giving a little hoodish, But it was super fun, man. The food was amazing. I think we got our chicken in 10 minutes, if that. But yeah, please do yourself a blessing. Do yourself some justice and go to the bando when you're in Atlanta.
Yeah, and I went to St. Louis the week after that.
Yeah, man,
fun.
you was in St. Louis. Did you meet Nelly?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I wish. Nah, it was nice though. Nice trip. Man, I wanted to. We went inside the art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're a fan of heights, that's a good thing for
What's
you.
crazy is I hate heights, but I'm thinking about the next time I'm in St. Louis, I might have to do the art just to do it.
Yeah, it's nice.
So what do you like? You take an elevator up?
So it's like a little compact, small. It's like a roller coaster going up, and it's a little compact. It's like fixed 5 people. They got like it's like a little roller coaster thing, but it goes like real slow and it take you back down slow. But
Oh my God, nah. I changed my mind.
That's why I said.
I thought it was kind of like you might take an elevator, or maybe there'll be like a cart or something.
It's a
golf
cart.
cart-esque vehicle. You might take that up, and then you just kind of look out the window. I don't want to go on a roller coaster though.
It's small windows, but yeah, it's a nice view though.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll give it some thought.
Yeah, because I went on the cruise ride after that. And then, man, I wanted to get on the helicopter, but I didn't know they had one before I went down there. And then the next day, I was like, man, it was raining and windy. I'm like, I ain't getting on no helicopter.
I'm nervous about a helicopter, to be honest. I really hope that, like,
be.
yeah, like they have, where people, if you got to get rushed to the hospital or something, like if you're out hiking or something and they come pick you up, I might have a panic attack on the chopper to take me to the hospital on top of whatever my injury is that they have me for. It's gonna be crazy because I don't know, like it took me a while to get over planes in general, but like helicopters, bro, it's just too small. It's cramped,
Right.
man. I can't do that.
It would have been like a ride around the art. They got like different ones. Like it's like one around like the city, the baseball field, and then they got one like around the art. It's like different prices for it, but yeah, it was a nice trip though. I enjoyed myself. What else? So before I introduce the guest, man, did you know you could clean your ears with rubbing alcohol?
What? Run that back again.
Did you know you can clean your ears with rubbing alcohol?
Okay, so in my brain, it's not far fetched, but why would I do that?
Well, because you're not supposed to use Q-tips.
Well, I would think that would be you would put the alcohol on a Q-tip and put it in your ear.
That's still pushing it back.
I guess.
Regardless.
Yeah.
But now I went to the doctor because he give my checkup and everything, and he was like, you could put it has to be like 70% or less, 70% or less, and then you really just like get like the little cap that come with it, just pour it in your ear, and then just let it sit in there and all that. And then clean your ears out.
I almost feel like my mom used to do that to me as a kid, maybe. Huh. I don't know. I don't remember.
But yeah, he told me.
If I ever knew, I definitely forgot. I certainly forgot. Yeah.
But yeah, you can clean your ears out like that. He told me my doctor told me some other stuff too, but
I see them people putting a candle in their ear and letting it burn. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
nah. So like if you go on, it's like literally like an earwax candle. It looks like a candle at least, but people like they put it through a plate and they put it on top of their ear. I have no idea how it works, but I have seen people clean their ears that way, and that looks very dangerous.
Oh my God.
For sure.
Yeah, that's not something I would do. But so first off, we got a bunch of cookies sitting on the desk.
Big cookies.
A lot of cookies. Shout out to she brought these to me earlier. Shout out to Tailor Made Sweets, man.
Yes.
Make sure I just tagged them in our IG story and stuff. We probably post them a little bit more.
Look at them saying we just tagged them in our story like they're gonna see this today.
Yeah, they're not gonna see this. But yeah, just go to Tailor Made Sweets, Tennessee.
Yes, I'm gonna insert a cool pan left right video right here. So right now, oh my God, look at that cookie. It looks amazing. Oh, they're all beautiful.
We're gonna send this clip to her as a promo ad.
Yeah, for sure. But shout out to Tailor Made Sweets. Appreciate
you for
holding us down.
Got some snickerdoodles, some chocolate chip,
yeah,
strawberry.
I'm gonna have to split those up, like take a knife and just get a piece a day because that's crazy. And when I get on this cruise, it's too late for me to really change anything now, but this is gonna make it way worse.
Yeah, we got this Sprite too that you got me.
Yes. Make sure y'all tag Sprite. I need a sponsorship. Honestly. Why? Who better than us? Especially with Brina, I think that adds extra to it, honestly. But yes, make sure y'all copy out a Sprite Legacy lemonade. It's a strawberry lemonade Sprite. I had to go to Publix to find it. I couldn't find it anywhere else, but that was magical. It took me back to the original Sprite remix days, and those were some of the best times of my childhood.
Yeah, I remember I used to collect the cans. You remember the ones that had like all the rappers on them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to collect those when they was coming out with all that.
Oh, we collected cans too, but it was for change. Yeah, when we collected cans, we took them to the recycling plant. So back in Milwaukee, and I'm sure a lot of people did this, but yeah, me and my granddad collected every can that we ever drank in the house. If there was ever a can in the trash can, he'd take it out. No, I want the money for that, and that would be like my childhood trip. I think we did it probably like maybe once a month or so, but he would just go and have these huge bags of cans, and he'd make a little come up. Like, I was like, okay, this is a nice dinner, you know. But it was cool, man. I love collecting cans. I might do it again.
Yeah. I had all the ones with like Nas and Drake and all them on it, Biggie, Tupac. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What soda was that?
Sprite used to do that a while back.
Really?
Like, yeah, years back. They came out with some limited edition cans with the rapper's face on them and stuff. So, yeah.
I had no clue. They're probably worth a lot on eBay now.
I still got a bunch too.
Yeah, you should
Is
look
eBay
into
still?
it.
Is it eBay? There's another site that stopped going. I forgot what site that was. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, make sure you get your cookie though, man. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Got a bunch. So,
ooh, that was a great, cool video a couple seconds ago. Woo.
All right, man. As always, we keep the most amazing, talented, dopest, spectacular guest on the show, and today is like no other. Man, this is probably our only guest that's been on this show probably every year that we've been existence.
Yeah. She's really, you might, whoa, hold on. We might have fact checked that. You might actually be the only one that's been here every year.
Yeah, if you add the interviews and performances at the live show, it's every year. Because we've been doing the show 5.5 years now. So, yeah, man. So, and yeah, she's back with her EP, Dandelion, available on all DSPs, all platforms, wherever you want to call it. We got the one and only Brina K back on the show with us. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to finally have the EP out.
Brina K, how's life been for you?
In general, or recently it's been awesome.
Yeah.
I think leading up to the EP, there was a lot of different obstacles. It was definitely not supposed to take 3 years to come out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it's all about the journey, right?
I will say that I can hear 3 years in it, and when I say that, I mean that it sounds very fine-tuned. It sounds like you sat with these songs and you really took your time with them, and you really said, oh, maybe I could do that note a bit better, or maybe that tone is better, or just sometimes when you hear records, it's like they sound good and they sound nice, but they're not like perfect. But I will say with these, they sounded perfect. My favorite, and of course I can't remember the name, but it was the first one, and I think that had the feature. Was it Justin?
So the ones I sent?
No, if Dandelion, what's the first record?
Light Me Up.
And there's a feature there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tyshawn.
Light Me Up was probably my favorite one. That one, and not Dandelion, but the other single.
What I've Got, or Rather Hurt You Now?
Rather Hurt You Now. Yes, those are my two. But yeah, I really think that time went into this project, and that was something I definitely heard for sure.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. If we were gonna take this song, then I was gonna make sure everything was as perfect as possible.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I work with a producer, Tommy Anderson, who's like very, very detail oriented, and like I am too. I think like those little details are what kind of can take something from good to great.
Yeah.
So I like really like to zero in and like, okay, this like one word, can we say it better? Or like we really also try to think of cool harmonies and background vocals to do. Like that's actually my favorite part of the whole process. I like to just get the main vocal, like we get it perfect, but get it out of the way so that I can get to the fun part, which is all the background stuff.
I would imagine. I think being a vocalist, I would think that the background stuff is more fun for sure.
So going back to December when you performed at our live show, like how much was you done with the EP?
Did you even know there was gonna be an EP at that time?
Yeah, well, I started planning it in like 2020.
Okay.
So my whole thing was, my plan for myself going into 2020, not knowing what 2020 was going to be, was that I was going to get a band together and start playing like bigger, longer, full band shows. Right now, I pretty much have stuck to like a lot of writers' rounds and just me and an acoustic guitar. Maybe like one time we threw in a fiddle too, and that was like an addition. But I really wanted to, have that full band and play bigger shows and like headline and possibly tour. So that was like my whole plan. And then I assembled a band and we had a show booked and my family was going to be in town. They were going to debut my music video for Rome. Like it was like all set up, lined up, ready to go. And then that was the week that the world shut down. And then as we know, it did not reopen for quite a while. So I was like, okay, well, clearly that whole plan is down the drain because we can't go out and no one's going to be going to shows. So
everybody had to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I did. So I was like, okay, what is something productive that I can still do that is also safe? So, like, recording just me and the producers was, if we're both good, then, it's good. So we started from there. I hit him up and I was like, want to do an EP? Because at this point I had done a couple singles and I didn't want to just keep doing singles. I wanted to like graduate and tackle something bigger. So I was like, hey, would you want to do an EP? And he was game. So I was like, yes. And we just started from there. We looked at every single song I'd written up to that point and narrowed it down to I think 20. And then we sent that out to like songwriter trusted people, like people who's like were other songwriters, to get feedback and kind of narrow it down. And then it's so hard to choose. Oh my gosh, it's like trying to choose like a favorite kid. It's like you can't. They're all my babies, all my song babies.
I mean, not a lot of people talk about that though. Like that's probably my first time hearing of someone saying we took this many songs and we sent them out to people, not even just our friends, but people who should have an ear for this stuff, and said, what are your favorites? That just kind of tells me like you kind of had a bit in the tuck, quite a couple songs there. So I mean that's certainly different too. Were the results of that, like, was any of it shocking for you, like the songs that people picked?
Yeah, actually, what I've got, I did not think was going to make it. I always thought that song was, like, cute and fun, and, like, I enjoyed playing it, but for me, I mean, that was, like, very specific to just, like, me and things I'm grateful for, and it's not, like, it's pretty straightforward concept. It's not, like, the most, like, it's deep, but it's not, like, songs that are, like, super emotionally charged and, like, a very complicated storyline that, like, people hook onto. It's just kind of, like, I'm grateful for these things. And it's cute, but I really didn't think it was going to make, because I had a lot of good songs on there, but that like consistently came back as people's favorites, and I was like, okay, I guess it's making it.
Cool. So with the songs that didn't make the EP, what's the plan with those songs?
Hopefully on a future project or pitching to other artists. I'm an artist, but I also I'm a writer, so I'm perfectly happy to like pitch a song, or maybe like I like a song but it's not like my brand, or I write it out of my own singing range, which I do too much. And maybe it would be better suited for somebody else, so that's what I would do with one of those songs. But a lot of them, like, next time I make an album, this will be on here, or another single, or there's a lot you can do.
So the EP will lead into an album next, you think?
I think by the time I do like an album, I want to do that will kind of be the next like graduate to another album, but I think it will be like completely new. I think this was like its own thing, and once like that's out, it's there, it's tied up with a bow, and the credits can scroll, and then you know I've got to do a lot of promo still, but after that I really just want to like write a ton and not think about releasing anything. Because it's been like it's just the promo and all that, it's a lot, and it will be fun to just kind of go back to playing and being an artist and just like having fun and being creative, and then kind of repeat the whole thing over, and hopefully I've got an even bigger budget so I can do more songs and like a whole nother slew of songs.
For sure. Is this your first EP?
Yes.
All right. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so let's how would you say that the process was of creating it? Do you think that, because I mean, even though you made an EP and you put it out, you could have hated it, not like the songs, but the process of it, putting the songs together, figuring out what you wanted to be about. How was the new experience for you overall?
I had a lot of fun. It was hard to pick songs because it's like I love all of the songs, so and that's why it was good to like send it out to like trusted songwriter friends, and then even once we narrowed it down, originally it was only supposed to be 5, and I was like, I cannot cut, like we had that down to 2, and I was like, I literally can't cut another one of these, like it will break my heart. And we actually put it out to a public vote, so there were 2 songs that we put, like I put on social media for a poll and let the fans like decide which one made it, and that was Unfiltered, which is the one that made it, and then there's another song called Betsy that I wrote about my old van that I had, like it was like our family van that I ended up taking to Nashville.
Wow.
And that's a cute one. That will definitely, because it was a close vote too. So, but like me and my producer were just like, we cannot decide this. And so so that was hard, but I know it was also a lot of fun. Like I come from like a theater background, so I like thinking of, like, I'm not the type that wants to just put out a bunch of singles. Like I know that's probably like the better strategy these days, is just like single, try to go viral. But for me, I like the bigger project and like, tell a story, and like from like song order was super important to me. Like I was not going to just make a bunch of songs and throw them together and call it an EP. We picked songs not just based on are these all the best songs, but are these the best 6 songs that go together.
Right.
And that also impacted how the production of the songs were made. Like for Rather Hurt You Now, that one we are now releasing like as a bonus track, an acoustic version. But because of the way we structured everything, we had to make a decision for the greater project to make that a more upbeat song, which was not kind of the original thought when the song was written.
So the title Dandelion, what did that come about?
I just think everyone kind of regards my song Dandelion as like my best song. Like anytime I play it out, people are like, oh, that's such a good song. And like that's kind of like my prime song right now, just before I even released anything. And I also think that is like a really special one to me, because it's about like it's like a letter to my younger self, basically. And so that kind of, I knew I wanted that to be like the title and like the title track.
That's your favorite flower?
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know. It's like is it a flower? Is it not a flower?
Right.
I think it's a good it's a good metaphor, right? Because it's like it's the whole thing is that it's people consider it a weed and like try to get rid of it, but it's like it's strong and it can grow in concrete, and like other flowers can't do that. So it's like I think it's just a good metaphor for someone who is a creative and doesn't necessarily fit the mold or think the way everybody else thinks or act the way that everybody else acts, and can feel like ostracized because of that sometimes. And so I love a good metaphor. So
I will say that the video for Dandelion was really good, like for the single, in a field of grass, yellow shirt, all that. Like how was it shooting the video?
That was really fun. So I worked with Gio and Melissa, amazing. Actually, I met them, my roommate met them at our old apartment, and that was just kind of like a lucky just break.
Stars align, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they are very involved in like the dance world, and I love theater and dance, so I always kind of wanted to do a video that involved some type of dance.
Yeah.
So they were able to not only find like the dance studio to work with, but also like the lead dancer Hope, and arrange all of that and kind of help us construct this story. Yeah. So I had a great time with that.
Good.
Cool. Well, let's get into Dandelion. Matter of fact, you introduce it and we just get into it.
Yeah, sure. Well, my EP Dandelion, I kind of see it as a journey from feeling kind of isolated and ostracized and unsure of yourself to a place of self-love and confidence. I didn't write all these songs thinking they would end up together, but after putting them together, that's kind of the storyline that we got. And there's 6 songs that I worked really hard on and I'm very proud of.
All right. And yeah, we'll be right back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
So today we're introducing the You Can't Sit With Us drink.
Tastes like candy.
Right? Tastes like candy. So not only do we have like the family friendly version, right? But we also have the one that's got some alcohol in there.
Just a little, something for you, I mean. A little something nice for you.
Just a little something. So we are launching that, and you're able to get that as we speak right now on the website, which our website is sweetblessingstreats.com. And then I believe it's on y'all's website too, right?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, you can definitely head to our IG and find it there for sure. Y'all be able to hit the link. I've already had some people hit me and make those purchases. So please make sure y'all tap in, get the drink. I done tried it. It's fire. I know you're probably not gonna take my word because it's me and it's our drink, but it's really fire. So,
yeah. Don't be cheap, man. Alcohol version only $7. The original $3.
Hey,
man.
And that was a really good point though. I feel like we made it super affordable for people because I mean, any other people that let alone they're even making their own drink, they're not charging you that low amount. I think we made it super convenient. So make sure you get your drink on for the holidays. You feel me?
And again, we're gonna deliver it to you. So you don't have to really do much. Just need to have your ID so we can see it. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Yo, what it do? Welcome back to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. So, Brina, I wanted to ask you, because I seen you went to the Taylor Swift show. How was it?
It was the best concert I've ever been to, hands down. Oh my gosh. I went in with like ridiculously high expectations anyway because I've been watching like clips of it on TikTok. Like in the months leading up to it, but it was like even better than I could have imagined, and I was in like a nosebleed seat, so yeah, that's the kind of show like I want to put on one day.
Did it get delayed for weather or something?
Not the one that I went to. So.
So she did numerous ones.
Yeah, so she played Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah. Golly.
And she sold out all 3.
Yo, that's notoriety, that is money, that's everything, yo. Oh my God. To go to a city and go to the same venue and sell it out 3 nights in a row is crazy. Yeah.
And there's people like lined up on the pedestrian bridge. Like it's a phenomenon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
ridiculous.
The coolest thing was she has this thing where people have these like light up bracelets and everybody gets one, and they have this like technology where they can do shapes and different colors, and it's like like the audience is like part of the show with that, and it looks like, I don't know, from where I was sitting, especially because we were way up high, like just like a million stars. And I remember the first time I like saw it in person, I was I felt like I was like a little kid at Disney. I was like, wow, it's so pretty.
Yep. When I went to go see Coldplay back in 2019, they did the same thing, and they had like the album that they released at the time was really colorful, like colors everywhere, just as far as the cover and everything. So like we all had them, and they would make the crowd, like colors would fly by in different shapes, and it's crazy. It's like I'm a part of this and I don't even have to do anything. Like I just gotta hold my wrist up. So it was that lighting thing is amazing. Whoever created that is a genius.
Yeah, it was the show on Sunday is the one that got delayed. That was the one that was raining.
Yeah.
And the show didn't end till like 3 a.m., 2 a.m., something like that.
I know them
So,
people was
yeah.
in there though. Of course, it would be the Sunday when people have to go to work the next day. But I'm sure not too many people cared.
Nah, her fans dedicated because I was on my Google News and they had this story that this guy, he originally paid $1,900 for some tickets on StubHub, but StubHub never sent him the tickets. So I guess his daughter and his friends were sad. This man ended up paying $21,000 for more tickets just to get them in the show. That was in Boston. She did.
Couldn't be me. But I mean, there are people that are on different tax brackets than I am, and they think differently.
Exactly.
And 21,000 might have not been
Like,
nothing.
damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 'Cause they had another dude here in Nashville. He said he wasn't able to get no tickets, but he wanted to go to the show, so he ended up being a security guard.
I did see that.
I saw that. Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
That's funny.
They ended up finding him, though, I think.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, my roommate and I, we actually, by some miracle, we were able to get him through Ticketmaster, and I literally 6 hours. We took turns waiting on it. But yeah, it was crazy, and I don't know, the stars aligned, and we made it there, and it was amazing.
Word.
And that was the weekend my EP came out. So my EP came out on Friday.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift on Saturday. I keep
That was
telling
like
everyone.
Cinco de Mayo weekend too, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. We went to Bar Taco, got a great margarita. I keep telling people if I could do a Groundhog Day of that weekend and just relive it over and over again.
keep doing
I was
it.
just on a high the whole time.
Yeah. Get that for sure. So if you don't mind me asking, how has your feedback been for the EP for Dandelion?
It's been pretty positive as far as I've seen. I haven't heard anyone, knock on wood, but be like, it's the worst. And I know I'd be like, you're wrong, but
Now, are you someone who is keeping track of their streaming numbers and how many people are listening?
yeah, I think it's a good thing to pay attention to. I definitely kind of see it as a long-term thing, just because I would love to just pump all the money into it now and get all the promo for everything. But obviously I can't really do that. So I'm kind of I'm gonna build it as I go, and it's gonna be kind of a long-term thing. But the initial numbers have been really good. We've had thousands of streams. One of my songs, Rather Hurt Now, which was the first single, without me on doing any type of promo, has over 10,000 listens on YouTube.
Man,
which
nice.
I just looked and I was like, what? And I was I didn't do anything here. How do people just start finding it on YouTube? So that was really cool, and the reception for the music video has been good. We've been getting a lot of press, so
Cool.
So anybody live in Nashville, West End. You know what West End is, Vanderbilt area.
Where? What is?
Vanderbilt area.
Yeah.
That's West End. They got a billboard sign, the Nashville sign.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Right there at the split.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she had her EP displayed on that.
I saw that. Living that life.
Yeah. So how was that feeling? How was it feeling?
that was amazing. That was so surreal.
Yeah.
I remember when I was making arrangements for that, and even still on the day I was what if they forgot, or they didn't put it there? When we went to go see it, I was still nervous that maybe something would go wrong and it wouldn't be there, and I would just be sad. But me and my roommate first came, and it popped up right away, and it popped up because they have different ads there going at different times, so it's it'll probably take a long time to loop back around, but it looped back around very quick. We saw it multiple times, and then one of my other friends saw it just on the road, and that was really cool. I think the coolest part about that was seeing oh, Ed Sheeran's album is coming out, the Jonas Brothers are on tour, and then me. I'm just up there with all of them, which made me feel pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. So with this EP, did you have an idea of putting more songs on it before? I think before you said you wanted to do 5, or you were trying to do 5, but you couldn't narrow it down. So when you first made it, because I know that you did it, about 3 years ago, did you have any mind that it was going to be maybe more than 7?
I don't think so. I think I had to narrow it down just for cost reasons. If I just had Monopoly money, I would do a full album in a second. That's what I truly want to do. So I don't know, 18 songs or something.
Yeah,
but
right.
just for cost reasons and like the cost per song, I was honestly pushing it with 6. Like I probably should have done 5, but I was like, I'll find another 1,200 somewhere. Like
I'll find it. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll do some extra door dashing or something. Like, but yeah, that was honestly the main reason I'm not doing like huge, ginormous like things all the time is just like what's most cost effective? What can I get the most bang for my buck?
Yeah, I know y'all, but I mean it's good because when you are able to spend the money and you have it, you get nicely finished products like you have. So I mean, hey, I would rather take 6 beautiful songs compared to 20 ones that could have been better, so I agree with you on that for sure.
So what I've got is my favorite song. Originally you had titled that Another Song. When changed it, what was the name of the song originally?
So originally I called it the Gratitude Song.
So why'd you change it?
I think, I don't know, the Gratitude Song was just kind of like the initial like thought, and then once the song gets written, kind of look at like, okay, what is like either the central theme here, or what's like a word that comes up or that people can latch onto for a title. Like if they're searching for it and they don't remember the title, like what can they search? And so we ended up switching it to what I've got for that reason, because I say it a lot, and it's that's kind of the central theme. Like here's all the things that I've got.
I know that this is a big kind of gap, so can you remember when you released your first single?
Like ever?
Yes.
So I released one single like prior to moving to Nashville in 2019, and then I think also, I did 4 singles in 2019. So the first of all that was Horizon, and yeah, that was pretty fun. I met my producer at a barbecue, and he was also new to town, so it was like a get to know you song. So he did it like free of charge, and I was like, fantastic. I have no money. I was like, that works out perfect. Yeah. And I didn't know what to expect, but I was like, I'm here to Nashville to make a song, and someone wants to make a song with me, so great, we're on the right track. And I think the rest is history. I've been working with him ever since. So
cool. And so I did that to do like a 2-parter, I guess. So comparing, if you're thinking back to when you dropped your first single, comparing to, I was going to compare it to the EP, but I'm going to make it smaller. So let's think about Dandelion, for example, the single, not the EP. Not single, but the song. What has changed as far as the process of making music for you and actually just having a finished song compared to your first one?
Yeah, I think I've just improved in general, like as a writer, as a vocalist, as an artist. So I think that's like that shows. I think in 3 years of just being in Nashville, being around like high caliber artists all the time, and getting feedback and working on stuff. So I think that's a big one. I think my producer and I we've been working together for 3 years now, so it's like we're a lot more.
It's a lot better bond now.
Yeah, we're in sync, and like I'm very blessed because he can understand my abstract thoughts and put them in, and it's like, can you make this sound like, literally for making Dandelion, I was like, I want it to sound like where there's like a meadow and like a rainbow, and there are like little fairies flying around, and he was like, exactly.
I can put that in. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What else is different? Yeah, I think also just me like kind of knowing what I want in the song and being able to like articulate it better when I'm not using like weird abstract concepts, but like having like more creativity, like production wise, to bring to it, and playing around with more things, and being more confident just in general, and like my decision making and my abilities.
So how's your relationship with Justin Love grown? Because I know you perform with him all the time. He's on the EP. So how's that relationship grown?
Yeah, well, I've had a lot of just like things align for me out here, like in ways that like unexpected ways. And I initially met Justin Love because somebody else who I don't even remember now was supposed to play guitar for me for a like it was like Hendersonville or like Gallatin Fest or something. And it was kind of like a bigger stage, like a bigger crowd, and so it was like kind of a huge deal to me. And I found somebody, I think online or something, to play guitar for me, and then they got called to do an arena show that day. So obviously they were gonna go do that, and they're like, "Don't worry, I've got someone else for you who can step in and play." I was like, "Okay," like I'm super nervous, but it's fine. And then that ended up being Justin. So that's how we met. It was like, you know, just kind of fate brought us together. And then he's just like a super friendly, like genuine, nice person. So, you know, he's been a great friend and a great like advocate for me and my career ever since like we've met. And that's just kind of the person he is. He likes to help people and you know, help them with opportunities. Like, I was new to town, like he didn't owe me anything, but he like introduced me to different people and like showed me different places to play. Recently I got to play the listening room because he brought me on stage to sing our song together. So I think he's just like an embodiment of like the Nashville spirit of like community and songwriting and just making it like a collaborative environment instead of like a competitive environment. Like, that's kind of just who he is and what he's about. So he's been a great friend ever since I moved here.
All right, so I wanted to ask you about something because, you know, me being the person that I am, the potter that I am, I did some research. No, I'm just kidding. But there was something that you talked about on Twitter, actually, probably a couple months ago, actually. But for some reason, I remembered because it was a discussion that I had. So I'm going to read something that you tweeted, and I want you to tell me or just elaborate on it.
Okay.
So the original tweet that you retweeted was, Is it important to you if an artist writes their own music? You continued that with a couple tweets, but I'm only going to do the first one. You said, not everyone needs to be a writer. If you've got vocals, dance, and charisma, find a talented songwriter and let them create something special for you. Too many artists think they need to write when it's not their forte. That just takes an opportunity away from a writer who deserves it. Talk about that, because I think that's... Me personally, I think that that's something very important.
Yeah, I think artists like Taylor Swift, who do like the writing and the artisting, I think have made people feel a lot of pressure that it's like, if I'm going to be taken seriously as an entertainer, as an artist, then I also need to be a writer.
Yeah.
And I think that's not true, because there are a lot of, especially in Nashville, a lot of people who just want to be writers. Like, they wake up every single day wanting to write songs and pitch them to artists who can do them justice. Kind of like how I said, where I was talking about, hey, this is I love this song that I wrote. I do not have the pipes to hit those notes or give this song the performance that it deserves. And there are artists and people out there who have amazing vocal, entertainment, dance, like they can put on a show, but maybe like that is their skill and writing is not. And so you know, for the sake of creating the best fan experience, the best music, like, why not pair someone who has those amazing entertaining qualities with someone who is an amazing writer, and have them work together to create something awesome, instead of, you know, poor songwriters having nobody to pitch something to because you know, all these like artists who aren't really writers want to write, and then, you know, an artist feeling the pressure like, oh, I have to be a writer to be taken seriously, and then their song doesn't come out as good. I just I brought that up because I think it's something like we kind of talk about when it comes to like rap music and R&B, like just anything in general. Like, I don't think that there's an issue with people having someone to come in and help them in the area that they're not strong in, or that they're not willing. Like, if I have an amazing voice and I have a very beautiful voice, but I don't like to write, or I just don't do well with it. Like, I should have the ability to say, I can still be a successful artist even if I'm not the best in this area. So it was just something I thought about. Ambitious, do you agree with that?
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Cool. I think just as someone who, like, you know, is in songwriting circles, I know a lot of people who are just writers, and I think I ended up like tweeting that because I saw a lot of responses where people were saying like, no, like, you have, like, all the, like, the greats are writers and performers. And it's like, no, like there are great writers want to give their songs to amazing artists. And so, like, why not, like, don't feel like forced if you're an artist to try to be a writer too, when there's amazing writers who are so happy to give you their songs.
For sure.
I want to ghostwrite so badly.
Hey man, you get enough people in the studio, you should try it, man. Like, for real. I mean, there are people out there, bro, that they can write beautiful songs, but they just don't have the voice to do it, and that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I can find somebody who can probably, get this idea out better than I can. Same thing with TV. I can't act that well, but I can write a damn good show. And I can find actors to go and do the show for me because I can't do it.
Yeah, that remind me of I was just thinking about that. That remind me of Trev Rich. He be doing that. He artist, and he be writing all them hit songs.
Yeah, man. And I mean, truthfully, if we being honest, that's where the money is. If you can do both of those, and I can write 100 songs, but I don't have to sing 100 of them. I only got to sing half, and I can give the rest of them to other people. That works for me.
Yeah, that publishing go crazy,
man. Yeah, I'm telling you. Talk about it. Telling you.
All right, so you got any more? You got any question? Okay. So let's get into the second song, Rather You Hurt Me Now, featuring Justin Love. Talk about that song.
Yeah, so that song, I got the idea just kind of thinking about, like, how I would want my heart to be, like, respected. And I think a lot of times people can, if somebody knows that you like them, it's very easy to, like, take advantage of somebody and kind of use that in, like, a selfish way to be like, oh, this person likes me, so they'll do things for me, or they'll, that kind of stuff. And, like, kind of, give people just enough to, like, stay engaged and, like, do favors and all that sort of thing. But, like, in your head, it's never going to happen. Yeah. So there is, like, an instance where I kind of knew, like, a friend of mine, like, I was seeing signs of, like, hey, you might, like, have, like, a crush or something. And I was like, oh, gosh. I knew that, like, that just wasn't, like, how I was feeling the same. And so, that was kind of the whole idea, was like, if you're gonna hurt somebody, like, you should do it as soon as you can, so that they can, like, move on and, like, find what they're looking for, instead of, like, getting more and more invested and, like, being given false hope about something.
Wasting each other's time.
Yeah, literally. It's like, I don't know, for me, it's like about, that's why the first line is, like, I respect your heart too much to drag it on. It's like a way to respect people is to not waste their time. So that's, like, pretty much what it is. Like, don't waste people's time and energy. If you're not feeling it, like, don't be selfish about it. Let them know so that they can go find what they're looking for.
All right, so we're gonna get into it, and we'll be right back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio. Hey, welcome back to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. So, Brina K, you've been on the show numerous times. You already know what time it is. It's time for random ass questions. These questions have absolutely nothing to do with what we talked about today. Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
All right. First question. All right. Would you rather shoot spaghetti out your fingers or sneeze meatballs?
Probably spaghetti. I feel like sneezing meatballs would hurt, and also, like, I know something about food coming out of my nose just does not seem like it would be very appetizing.
Spaghetti fingers make me feel like a superhero.
Yeah, that's like, oh, you guys are hungry?
You guys are hungry. Brina K ends world hunger. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
You'd have to have, like, just bowls on hand at all times, because, like,
that's what your spaghetti fingers.
Yeah. Hopefully, like I would just be nervous. Like, it could be like a blessing and a curse. Like, what if I need to learn how to control my powers, right? Because I can't just have spaghetti shooting off while I'm talking. This whole place would be covered in spaghetti, and you guys would probably not like that.
We go viral though.
Yeah, I just wouldn't clean it up.
All right, let's see. Oh, so if you throw your cat outside, will it be called kitty litter?
These questions, man.
What?
Hopefully I wouldn't be throwing my cat outside, but I don't know, like, I would say no, because, like, cats do just kind of roam around outside.
Yeah.
And so, I guess, and I don't know, cats are like a living being, so they're not like trash, which is, what litter would be considered. So, by definition, I would say no.
All right, next question. Okay, so would you rather always Okay, would you rather always sing out of tune or never able to keep up with the beat?
Oh, that is like an artist's worst nightmare.
That's a good one. That's a good question.
Probably this. Can I just like morph into a tree instead? I'd rather do that than one of those two. If I had to pick, probably just not with the beat. I guess it would be like slightly less noticeable to like your average person, but I think if you're just like aggressively off key, like everyone will know.
Yeah, I think off beat because I think G Herbo has a very long career.
A lot of artists do.
And he is off beat with almost every song he does. So yeah,
You could, I don't know, you could write around that too. I think you can make it work.
You could do acapellas.
Yeah, there you go. Solved.
All right, would you go with the aliens if they arrive on Earth?
Depends. Like, what are they offering? You know, like if it's just blind, probably not. But if they're like, you know, Earth is an asteroid's gonna hit the Earth, we better go. I'd be like, okay, sounds good.
I need to know what your food selection is first. I need to know what you all are eating.
Or like, making sure it's not like human.
or just good.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure it's good. You know, it's actually pleasing.
Make sure their planet has like breathable oxygen.
Oh,
you never know.
I
like,
gotta breathe too. Dang.
There's just a lot up in the air with aliens.
It is.
No pun intended.
Including them. Yeah.
Alright, so if you had to swap out your legs with any animal, what animal would it be?
Like the animal's legs or the animal itself?
The legs.
Oh, okay.
Just the whole animal.
Yeah. Legs only.
Maybe a kangaroo. They could jump really high and kick. So like someone like, you know.
Those videos be hilarious.
No one would ever mess with me.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Kangaroo fights be crazy.
Yo, yeah, them things, and they always land on their feet. Or just about. It's crazy.
All right, let's see. Would you rather have worms or for shoelaces or beetles for buttons?
Probably worms. I don't know. I don't wear a lot of. I'm like a sandal and boot kind of gal, so I don't have like a ton of shoelaces anyway. I don't know. Worms like don't bother me as much. They're not as like creepy crawly. They're just kind of there. They don't have a mouth. They're not gonna bite. I mean, they have it, but it's so small.
Barely
so,
have
like,
a face.
Yeah, like beetles. I don't know. They would be like the whole time. Like I couldn't deal with
You
that.
want to know what's funny is when they listen to this, but they don't see the video. You're just gonna hear.
I feel like that's like an accurate like bug leg clicking sound.
I think that's perfect. Spot on, honestly.
Got like a future in animation over here.
All right, last question. This is more of a riddle, so let's see if we get it right.
Oh god.
I didn't prepare for a riddle.
Okay, it says I can be hot, I can be cold, I can run, and I can be still. What am I?
Steel is throwing me off.
I can run, but I can be still.
Yeah, still.
Sorry,
still,
I thought you
just
said
still.
Water?
Yep, you got it right.
Somebody laugh at this man. No, I'm just kidding. Because that's the first time you've done that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
She's good. That's why she's been here every year. That's why. She's good. She's good.
Yeah, because the other one only got. I've been asking that for 2 years. Nobody got that one. So
yeah. She said you're not outsmarting her, buddy.
It's a writer in me, you know. I think in metaphors all day. So.
All right, Brina, well, we appreciate you being back on the show as always.
Yes,
Shout out to social medias, anything else you want to say.
Yeah, well, first, once again, thanks for having me. I obviously keep coming back because you do a great show, and you ask, I can tell you listen to the songs and have, good questions to ask, and that's not always the case, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just listen to Dandelion. I've got Rather Hurt You Now, the acoustic version with Justin Love coming out on May 26th, midnight. So that's coming out, and then just keep on listening to the tracks and go to brinakmusic.com for shows and any other updates.
Yeah, we bought her some cookies for her EP release too. So
Sweet tooth.
yeah.
Well, as always, y'all can catch me on IG at Q the DJ, QUETHEDEEJAY, and on Twitter at the same thing. And also follow my business page, Quality Unmatched ENT, on Instagram. Book me for your next event. I DJ. I do everything. I am him. Ambitious?
Yeah, as always, follow me at Ambitious1K on Instagram and Twitter. That's the number 1, the letter K. If you don't know how to spell ambitious, go ask Alexa, go ask Siri, go look it up in the dictionary. Do what you got to do. Threshold Brace, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Like I said, I've been playing beats behind these podcast interviews, episodes. So if you want any beats, hit me up. You Can't Sit With Us Radio, all one word, on Instagram and Facebook. And what's the Twitter?
Y.C.S.W.U Radio, all one word, on Twitter. Why do I keep saying all one word like you can space stuff in social media? I gotta stop doing that. Y.C.S.W.U Radio on Twitter. Please follow us there and tap in with us as well.
Yes, and continue to stream the theme song, Threshold Brace.
Run it up.
Threshold Brace, You Can't Sit With Us, available on all platforms, featuring B. Jones and Diamond Cherie. I don't know, man. I think like once a year or once every 2 years, I'm gonna do a remix to it. So I'm thinking about doing that.
And soon we'll have just like a collection. You should put them in like a like something to bury them in the ground, like a I forget what the thing is for time or whatever, a time capsule. Bugging. Put it in the time capsule, and we're gonna bury it around Nashville, and whoever can find it in like 20 years, we'll give you like a Snickers or something.
Snickers. Yeah, because Trey the Truth be doing that. What's that song he come out with? Like he be having like 20 people on the song.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot what song he does that too.
I have no clue.
But yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. But yeah, the remix is available too on all platforms, so make sure you check that out. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so until next time, L Ambitious Q, we are out.
We out here.